Okay.
I got speaking to the mic.
Nah, you should be good. Let me check the sounds. Yeah, you can.
Good to go?
Come.
All right, clap it up. Priest Captain Gadalhar, we're going to do the scripture breakdown class. Before we start, though, anybody got any questions? Go ahead,
Acts 4 and 11.
Acts 4 and 11. Go ahead, read it for me.
Book of Acts chapter 4, verse 11. This is a stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner.
Mm-hmm. Give me 2 verses up.
Come out of one corner.
Matter of fact, read verse 1 and then give me verse 9. Throw it out.
Come out of one corner. The book of Acts chapter 4, verse 1. And as they spake unto the people, the priests and the captain of the temple and the Sadducees came upon them.
That's 4 and 1.
Come out of one corner.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 9. If we this day be examined of the good deed done to the impotent man, by what means he is made whole, be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel, that by the name of Hamashiach of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom the Most High raised from the dead, even by him doth this man stand here before you whole.
Go ahead.
This is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner.
Okay, this whole chapter is when Peter went and collect all the money from the people, right? Y'all familiar with that?
Come on.
All right, I probably need verse 4, Acts 4 and 4.
Come on. Book of Acts chapter 4, verse 4. Howbeit, many of them which heard the word believed, and the number of the men was about 5,000.
Okay, keep going, on fire.
And it came to pass on the morrow that their rulers and elders and scribes, and Annas, the high priest, and Caiaphas, and John, and Alexander, and as many as were of the kindred of the high priest, were gathered together at Jerusalem. And when they had set them in the midst, they asked, by what power or by what name have ye done this?
Go ahead.
Then Peter, filled with the Holy Spirit, said unto them, ye rulers of the people and elders of Israel, if we this day be examined of the good deed done to the impotent man, by what means...
Wait, we can slow it down right there. Read that part again. If you what?
If we this day be examined of the good deed done to the impotent man.
The good deed done to the impotent man. What's impotent mean? You find that for me real quick. Impotent.
Impotent, unable to take effective action, helpless or powerless.
Say it one more time.
Unable to take effective action, helpless or powerless.
Helpless or powerless, the impotent man, right? Okay, go ahead.
If we this day be examined of the good deed done to the impotent man, by what means he is made whole.
By what means is he made whole?
Come on.
Keep going. What verse you at? 10?
I'm at 10 now.
Okay, hold on. Read 10 one more time.
Well, I'm at 9. Let me break it 9. If we this day be examined of the good deed done to the impotent man, by what means he is made whole. Verse 10. Be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel, that by the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi.
And this is Peter speaking, right?
Come on.
Okay, go ahead.
Be it known unto you all and to all the people of Israel, that by the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi of Nazareth, whom ye crucified, whom the Most High raised from the dead, even by him doth this man stand here before you whole.
Right. Even right now, does that man stand before you whole? Who was he talking about?
I think it was like a lame brother. He couldn't walk with nothing like that, and he was standing in front of a building or something like that. And
is that what it said?
Yeah, that was the lame man is healed. That was chapter 3.
Chapter 3. Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, the lame man was healed, so that's what they were talking about. And now they're talking about this is the stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner.
Keep going.
Neither is there salvation in any other, for there is none other name under heaven given among men, whereby we must be saved.
Okay. Read 11 one more time. Let me try to break it down. If not, I'll give it to you next week, all right?
Come.
Go ahead.
This is a stone which was set at naught of you builders, which has become the head of the corner.
Who became the head of the corner?
Come on, check out, Sean.
Right. How? Why did he say that, though? He's definitely the head of the corner, right? But break it down. Why?
I don't know.
Okay, read that verse 11 again.
This is the stone which was set at not of you builders.
Not of you builders, because what they built. Oscar.
It's talking about the temple of David, or David's kingdom.
Nah, not David's. Why would you say that?
Because he sits on the throne of David or something.
No. It says this is a stone which was set at not of you builders.
And it wasn't said by the so-called Sadducees and Pharisees. They didn't build up Christ.
Okay.
Right? They didn't raise him up.
Okay. That's true. What else though? Let me give you a precept real quick. 1 second. Give me Psalms 118 and give me Acts 7 and 52.
What was Psalm
118 and 22 through 23.
You said Acts is what, sir?
Acts 7 and 52, and then not just that. Can you give me Zechariah 3 and 9?
So like it's on 118 and what?
118 and 22.
Come on. You ready?
Yeah, okay.
The book of Psalms, chapter 118, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner.
The stone which the builders refused. Read it again.
The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner.
Who is the stone that the builders refused?
Christ.
Right. Raise your hand. Right. Christ. Right.
So
go ahead.
The psalm is talking about the religious leaders that were in his time.
One more time.
The builders is talking about the religious leaders at that time.
Right. So read that part again. Read the 23.
Come on. Psalm 118, verse 22. The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner.
Mm-hmm. Become the headstone of the corner. Go ahead.
This is the Lord's doing.
This is the what?
This is the Lord's doing.
This is the Lord's doing. That's the end of 23.
Wow.
Keep going.
It is marvelous in our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
This is the day which the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it.
Now stop right there. Now give me Acts 7:52. Go ahead.
What's the importance of being the headstone of the corner of the building? Like a building can't stand without that.
Think about what goes at the front of a building.
Right. What represents that building?
Right. What is it?
What goes in front of the building?
Yeah. What's that headstone? Say it again.
The title of the building.
The title. So what was you gonna say? Huh? I think you had your hand up. Go ahead, Oscar.
So like basically like an example, this building, the front of it would show who we are.
Right, and show who we are. Right. That's why I said that's the head of the corner. Read it again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 118, verse 22. The stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Lord's doing.
This is the what?
This is the Lord's doing.
Now read Acts 7:52. And then also, young man, give me Isaiah 28 and 16.
The book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 52.
Uh-huh.
Which of the prophets have not your fathers persecuted? And they have slain them which showed before of the coming of the just one,
Mm-hmm.
of whom ye have been now the betrayers and murderers.
Go ahead.
Verse 53, who have received the law by the disposition of angels, and have not kept it.
Right now, just talking about the Sadducees and Pharisees, right? Now give me Zechariah 3 and 9.
The book of Zechariah, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
For behold, the stone that I have laid before Joshua, upon one stone shall be 7 eyes. Behold, I will engrave the graving thereof, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will remove the iniquity of the land in one day.
So like that ain't the one I want. That ain't the one. Try Acts 4 and 20. It's like give me Isaiah 20 and 16 first.
20 and
28 and 16.
28, 16.
Mm-hmm.
Come. The book of Isaiah, chapter 28, verse 16. Therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone.
Hey, what?
A stone.
Go ahead.
A tried stone.
Hey, what stone?
A tried stone.
Go ahead.
a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation.
What foundation?
A sure foundation.
So now let's go back to Acts 4:11.
The book of Acts, chapter 4, verse 11. This is the stone which was said not of you builders.
Of who builders?
Of you builders.
Who's you?
The Sadducees and Pharisees.
Right, it's not the Sadducees. I mean, it's like the Sadducees and Pharisees, correct, right? So this is the stone which was set not of you builders. Remember, this is the stone from the beginning, right? This is the same stone that had been talked about in the Old Testament that was going to come, right? The church of Christ, right? The school of Christ. That's why it says, which is become the head of the corner. Head of, why does it say the corner? Go ahead.
Because that's like in today's terms, it would be the front of what represents the building.
Yes, right. You understand, right? That's what everything is talking about. You understand, young man?
Come on.
Solid. Good on that?
Come on.
Any other questions? Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 1:22.
1 Corinthians 1:22.
Come on.
Let's go.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 22. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
Hold on 1 second. So, 1 Corinthians what?
1:22.
All right, go ahead.
For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom.
The Jews require a sign. The Greek. Sometimes like it.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 22. For the Jews require a sign.
The Jews require a sign. Go ahead.
And the Greeks seek after wisdom.
First of all, who are these two talking about? The Jews and these Greeks. Not the side.
Talking about Israel, sir?
Both are Israelites. You understand, right?
Cool.
Precept. Go ahead.
Acts 2:22.
Let me hear it. You can paraphrase it.
When Paul introduced himself, you see, brother, how many? I gotta pull it.
No sweat. Give me Acts 17 and 18. How old were you at, young man? Not that. Give me Acts 17 and 18.
Okay. The book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 18. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him. And some said, what will this babbler say? Others some, he seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods.
Go ahead.
Because he preached unto them Jesus and the resurrection.
Keep going.
And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest.
Give me to the end of 21.
For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know thereof that these things mean, for all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else.
Go ahead. But
either to tell or to hear some new thing.
Go ahead.
That's the end of 21.
So now, who are those people? Anybody know? Sis. The Greeks, right? The Greeks, right? So now let's go to Matthew 12 and 38. Go ahead.
I got the precepts that I was going to pull.
Let me hear it.
Acts chapter 21 and verse 19. And when he had saluted them, he declared particularly what things God had wrought among the Gentiles by his ministry. Verse 20. And when they heard it, they glorified the Lord and said unto him, thou seest, brother, how many thousands of Jews there are which believe, and they are all zealous of the law.
Okay.
So it's letting you know that the Gentiles that Paul spoke about were actually Jews.
There you go. Perfect. Solid. Give me Matthew 12 and 38.
The book of Matthew, chapter 12, verse 38.
This is a precept for what you need. Go ahead.
Then certain of the scribes and of the Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, an evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
Right. So now, what is he saying about this precept? Now we go to Corinthians. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. What's he saying? Who is this speaking, first of all? It's Paul speaking, right? Paul speaking, right? He's saying for the Jews require a sign. What was the sign they needed? Nazar.
So like, was it that Christ was the Son of God?
Nah, wasn't that Christ was the Son of God? It says.
Just the sign from Christ.
Was saying what though?
I don't know.
No sweat. Anybody know what the sign was? It says.
They were looking for a sign of from God that Jesus Christ was the Messiah.
No, that's not the sign they were looking for. Anybody else want to give it a shot? What was the sign they were looking for? This is Corinthians. For the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. Go ahead, sis. You try.
Sign that he was alive.
Nah, this is the sign. The sign that the Jews were looking for was it. They was trying to find out that what it was okay to deal with the Greeks. Y'all understand what I'm saying, right?
Okay.
Who were the Greeks?
Israel.
Who say it again?
Israel.
They were Israelites, right? They were Israelites, but to the Jews, they were. Go ahead.
Like
Gentiles.
strangers or Israelites?
Gentiles. You want to say Gentiles, right? Right. But remember, these Gentiles, but the Greeks, they seek after wisdom. That's what made them right. That's why the Lord called the so-called Jews evil. You understand? He called them evil because what sign do you need to go deal with your brothers? You understand, right? Similar to what the brothers in Texas did, get them a hand, right? They didn't go all the way in Texas to go deal with Israel brothers in the school.
Right.
They went to go deal with Gentiles.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Same thing, right? They weren't evil for that. They were right to do that. You understand?
Okay.
That was the sign. The sign was to be able to deal with them. That was a sign. What was the sign? What's the sign that we need to deal with these brothers? And what the Greeks wanted, they wanted the truth. You know what I mean?
Cool.
That's what they wanted. The Gentiles, they wanted the truth. That's what Paul was saying. Y'all with me? Precept to what I'm talking about. Anybody know? Go ahead.
So like, it's like, I picked the wrong one, so I can.
Try Romans 2:29. Also grab, let me see. Yeah, Todd, can you grab Mark 8 and 11?
You want the Romans on?
Yes.
The book of Romans, chapter 2, verse 29. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart.
Right. He is a Jew, which was one inwardly, and circumcision is there of the heart. Keep going.
In the spirit and not in the letter,
Mm-hmm.
whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High.
You understand, right? Break it down. What does that mean? Remember, there was a fight between these brothers about the circumcision, right? And Paul is saying, yeah, you were circumcised, but you don't keep the law. You know what I mean? This cat is not circumcised, but he does keep the law because he has a circumcision of his heart and not of the flesh. You understand?
Right.
All right. No sweat.
So
Go ahead.
could you also compare that into like how we got into the truth? Like we all like was seeking just the truth of the Bible instead of trying to seek a miracle or some type of, blessing
Right.
for our pockets or something like that.
Right. That's absolutely true because think about it like this, right? You came into the truth. Okay. There's some of us that seek the truth and there were some of us that was just given the truth, right? But either way, you can look at it like this. We were all Gentiles. You know what I mean? We were all it's the part of the newer generation now whose parents was raised in the truth and they got birthed into the truth. Those are the people that are actually born into the truth, like the Jews of the old past or old time, right? But we would be considered Gentiles because our parents were sinners. You get what I'm saying? So was it a miracle that we found the truth? Not kind of, not really. Because why? Young man.
Prophets of old.
There you go. You understand? We were always in the truth. You get what I'm saying? The subject of the spirit of the prophet is the subject to the prophets, right? Y'all understand, right? Good to go?
Come.
All right, so you got a question answered on that?
Come.
All right, solid. Any other questions? You got more, bring it up.
Nah, that'll be it. Right now.
Anybody else got any questions? Good to go? Your time. You got one?
Yeah, it's in Genesis.
Genesis what?
I think it's like the first chapter.
Genesis.
1 and 3.
Genesis 1 and 3?
Come.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 1, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
And God said, let there be light.
Go ahead.
There was light.
Yep.
I was saying, was that Christ? Like, when he made Christ?
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Like good. Let light be good.
Come. And it was like, because it's before like the sun, before he created the sun.
Let me see. God said, let there be light. Let me see. In the beginning, God created the heaven and earth. Earth was without form, void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the water. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw the light, it was good, and God divided the light from light. Nah, this is literally light. This is literally light. This is what you call, it's like this isn't what you call it. This is just creation, right? Creation being set forth. Christ ain't create. Okay, Christ is already created. You understand? Because you think about earth being formed. If earth is being formed, Christ is already created. How you know? Go ahead.
Because he created. Or,
that's true.
God gave him the orders to create.
Not only that, there was something else that lets you know that Christ was created first. Not just that. There's a precept we read, I believe, not too long ago.
Was that in Peter's where he says that he was the first creation?
There you go. He was the first creation. It was twofold because now he was Adam, but he was also the Most High's first creation. You understand?
Okay.
Remember, if you go look at just the earth is, some people say millions of years, some people say 6,000 years, right? But before there's the other planets, right? Other galaxies, there's other, let's go beyond galaxies, right? Yeah, but it's something else.
Universe.
Other universes, right? So if there's all those things that you know of, Christ was before even all those things because the Most High created him. You understand?
Okay.
Go ahead.
So like I said, I heard something about Darwin's theory when he got his theory from actually reading the Bible, and that first light was the core of the earth where the magma and everything is at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard, but I'm not sure.
Definitely is a theory. You know what I mean? It definitely is a theory. Some of Darwin's theories are true today, though, but some of them are definitely theories, and some of them can't be proven. You get what I'm saying? But science allows you to get close to what is the truth if you go look at the Bible and all those things. You know what I mean? If you understand other elements that go into it as well, you make close theories, but then he also made some strange theories too. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. Any other questions? Go ahead.
It's like just one more.
No, sir.
This is Philippians 2 and 6.
1 second. Philippians 2 and 6. Let me get there with you. Okay, go ahead.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 6. Who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God.
Philippians 2 and 6. Okay, who being in the form of God thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Okay, let me get Isaiah 7 and 14. Hold on, not Isaiah. Read it again. Give me 2 verses up. This is talking about Christ, right?
Come on.
Right, go ahead. 2 verses up.
This is Philippians chapter 2, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
Look, not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
Go ahead.
Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus, who, being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God.
Mm-hmm. Break it down. It sounds like what it says, right?
Mhm.
Go ahead.
It's saying that. Is it saying that he didn't see it wrong to be equal with God, but he didn't see it wrong to do miracles, like to have the power of God?
No, think about it. You don't want to go outside of what the precept said, right? You break down what the precept said. I'll break it down. Go ahead. Who being in the form of God? Read it again.
Oh, sorry.
Who being in the form of God.
If you was being in the form of God, that means what? Go ahead, y'all.
Basically doing what the Most High wants you to do.
Right. That's the form of God, right? Being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God. What does that mean? Thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Sis.
Not robbery to actually do exactly like how to do.
Okay. Give me verse 7.
Verse 7, but made himself of no reputation,
Mm-hmm.
and took upon the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men.
You understand, right? So now, because it's old English, it's like old English terms. It sounds like what? What does it sound like when you read it? Because it's the reason why you wanted to get it broken down. Because it sounds like he's saying something evil, right? That's what it sounds like to you?
That's what fake Israelites.
Kind of. What the fake Israelites say?
They see that try to say like Jesus is God type shit.
Okay. So they're trying to prove, right? They use this precept that say that Jesus is God. Okay, no. He is saying, this is what he's saying. I act like the Most High, but I am not the Most High. That's why he said he took on the spirit of a servant. You get what I'm saying? So all of you can act like Christ, but you are not Christ. You take on the spirit of you, a servant. You understand? Right? So like I serve a man. I serve that whatever man I serve, that's the spirit I'm gonna take on. You get what I'm saying? But I am not better than him. You get what I mean? I'm not better than that man because I am that man's servant. That's what Christ is saying. You get what I'm saying? That's why everyone in here, if you say out of one, you're calling someone your Lord. If you're a Lord, if someone's your Lord, you are his servant. You understand? But it is your job to be just like him and try to be, and he will teach you to be better than him. You understand, right? So that's what Christ is saying. That's why he's saying it's not robbery. Read it again. I'll break it down. And then give me this verse too. All right, it's a good precept for you. 1 second. Read it again.
Philippians chapter 2, verse 6, who being in the form of God, thought it not robbery to be equal with God.
Mm-hmm. He thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Go ahead. It's like a meaning what? Let's break it down now. Meaning what? He thought it not robbery to be equal with God. Go ahead.
Could that be like how celebrities see themselves today? Like they always call themselves God and the Most High. And so he's pretty much acknowledging the fact that he's not on God's level, but he is a representation of God.
Yes, I take that, right? It's John 1:1. It's exactly right. Verse 7 brings it all together, though. Read verse 7 again.
Verse 7,
Mm-hmm.
but made himself of no reputation.
But he made himself of no reputation. No reputation of what? Raise your hand. Go ahead. The top.
Basically, he ain't claimed that he was better than God or anything.
No, he didn't claim to be God. Read. Keep going.
And took upon him the form of a servant,
Mm-hmm.
and was made in the likeness of men.
And made a likeness of what?
Of men.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself.
He what?
Humbled himself.
Y'all understand, right? What's the whole reason that you're allowed to be great? Go ahead.
Because you have the spirit of the Most High.
Because the Lord allows it.
Come on.
You get what I'm saying? The Lord allows you to be great, right? If the Lord allows you to be great, my meaning, you have to answer the call. You answered the call, and you took on the opportunity to be great, right? But then you always know that it's the glory goes to the Lord. Just think about it like that. Anything you do, whether it's, whatever you do, the glory goes to the Most High, right? Now let's read John 1:1.
The Book of John, chapter 1 and verse 1.
And then your top, give me Acts 7:55. This is a precept you take to this fake Israelite, all right?
In the beginning was the Word.
In the beginning was the what?
The Word.
Go ahead.
And the Word was with God.
And the Word was with God. Again, they're saying that God, right? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God. Go ahead.
And the Word was God.
And the Word was God.
That's verse 1.
Keep going.
Verse 2. The same was in the beginning with God.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3.
And the same what?
Was in the beginning with God.
The same was in the beginning with God. Go ahead.
Verse 3. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4. In him was life, and the life was the light of men.
So what is this talking about? You talk?
It's talking about first when Adam, when Christ was Adam, and Adam was with God.
Okay, it didn't say Adam. Just break it down. Break it down how you hear it. What you're saying is correct, but you can't bring it out to someone who wouldn't understand, right? Break it down like you at Kent, right? So run one and one again from the top.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
In the beginning was the Word.
In the beginning was the Word. Go ahead.
And the Word was with God.
And the Word was with God. Go ahead.
And the Word was God.
And the Word was God. Now, you can bring out the Adam, but break it down. Go ahead.
So, in the beginning, Christ was created. Basically, the Word being Christ. So He's the first creation.
There you go.
In the beginning.
In the beginning, right? In the beginning. Well, who was in the beginning? That's why you can go to Adam. I didn't want to take that away from you. You can't go to Adam because he was in the beginning. But who was the Word? Go ahead.
Christ.
Christ was the Word. How?
Because he obeyed the Most High perfectly.
Right. He was the one who was he was able to gain the Word. Y'all understand? He was the representation of the Most High on earth. Right? If you want to read it you can read it in Hebrew, right? Read it one and one again. I'll give it to you. How you supposed to read it. Go ahead.
So the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
In the beginning was the Word.
Was the what?
The Word.
Go ahead.
And the Word was with God.
The Word was with who?
With God.
With power. Say it like that. God means power in Hebrew, right? And the Word was with power. Go ahead.
And the Word was God.
And the Word was what?
God.
Was power. Y'all understand? That's how you better understand that precept too. Go ahead,
So like, sir, you can break it down. Christ being the Word on verse 14 also.
Let me hear
The book of John, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld. His glory.
One more time. The Word was made what?
The Word was made flesh.
That's perfect. You understand? The Word was made flesh. Who was made? Go ahead. Adam. Right? The Word was made flesh. That law came down. That's how you know the law was with you from the beginning. It didn't start with Moses. You understand? It started with Adam. Adam is the one that created the law and created the alphabet. You understand? Because he had the Word from the Most High. Go ahead. How's cool?
So can this be a twofold for Adam and Christ?
Yes. Anytime you speak about Adam, you can talk about Christ.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead now, so I can read the rest of that.
Come. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us.
And dwelt where?
And dwelt among us.
You understand? Keep going.
And beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father.
Say it again.
And we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father.
Y'all understand, all right? That only can be talking about Christ, and it only can be talking about Adam. Y'all with me?
Okay.
But you would have to bring out Colossians to prove it. Colossians 1 and 15 or 16, all right? You can put that in your notes and you read it for yourself. All right, give me Acts 7 and 55.
This is Acts chapter 7, verse 55. But he, being full of the Holy Spirit, looked up steadfastly into heaven and saw the glory of God and Jesus standing on the right hand of God.
Right, so you just pull that precept to show that Christ and God are two different entities. You understand?
Come.
All right, no sweat. Any other questions? Go ahead.
Since we're on the topic, how many times has Christ been here? I know, like the regeneration.
Yeah, 4, right?
4.
And one appearance, which was Melchizedek, right? So you have Adam, Isaac, Solomon, one more, right? Oh, and Christ. And then you have the appearance of him being Melchizedek. All right. Solid. Any other questions? Good to go? All right, let's get this right here. Let's go into how to control yourself, right? Precepts on how to control yourself. Give me Proverbs 16:32. Matter of fact, let's flip that. Let's go on these brotherhood precepts, man. One more time. Give it a hand for Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? Outstanding, amazing work. We should have moved everybody in here. You know what I mean? Amazing work that the brothers did, man. It's just absolutely unbelievable. Go ahead, Art.
Like I said, me and Mila having when we're talking, and we're saying how we're getting random friend requests from people from Mexico, just on Facebook.
Yeah. I'm trying. Listen, we got a border too. You better be ready. You get what I'm saying? Be ready. You know what I mean? Con, let's get into this brotherhood breakdown real quick. Let me get Romans 13:8. Go ahead, Oscar.
So I don't know if you want to, but if you like, I have the story on it. And I can go over read a little bit.
Story on what?
On what they did in Texas, like the news article.
Con, I'm gonna go around the radio show.
Okay.
Go ahead. Romans 13:8. Who got it?
This is Romans chapter 13, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
Owe no man anything but to love one another.
Say it again.
Owe no man anything.
Oh, no man anything. Go ahead.
But to love one another.
Y'all understand that, right? This is Paul telling to the brothers. You gotta owe no man anything but love. But to love one another. That's what you do owe somebody. You know what I mean? To love, to take care of somebody, to look out for somebody, to be there for somebody, to love and obey somebody. You understand? Keep going.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Say it again.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Imagine if you could just love a brother, love a sister, you fulfilling a lot of the laws. You get what I mean? That means you ain't gonna steal from them, you ain't gonna kill them, you ain't gonna molest their child, you're not gonna sleep with their woman. All these things come with loving somebody. You understand? And that's what Paul is saying. That's why it's so important. When Christ said, or when Paul was it's like Christ said it, right? The two things, the two most important things in the law, right? Yeah, there you go. The water. Love the Most High with all your heart, all your mind, and love thy brother as you love thyself. You understand?
Come on.
We don't just speak it, we live it. Y'all with me? Just don't read it, but live that thing. Y'all understand, right? No sweat. Keep going to Galatians 5:13.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
Say it again.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
Y'all understand that, right? Let's break it down. Read it from the top one more time. Let me get there with you. So let's keep it. Galatians 5:13, right? Galatians. Go ahead.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty.
What is liberty?
The state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life.
You understand, right? You get caught into the truth, you're free. Free from what? From the oppression.
Right.
You understand? You're free from oppression. What do I mean by that? In your mind. In your mind, you're free from the oppression. You don't live under the state of being, grounded down to what they believe you should be like. You live how you live according to the Bible. That makes you free. Go ahead, Oscar.
So like that, this also means free from sin and free from the punishment. Like, you know, the sins you did, you're free from getting punished when you get a second chance.
You're free from the sins that you did. No, you're still gonna get a judgment for that.
Oh, okay.
But you're talking about which? Okay, for what? What you mean? What sins?
That we did before we came to the truth.
Yes, you are, but it doesn't mean that you already didn't get jammed up either, though. You get what I'm saying? You could have got jammed up and then came in here, and who knows, right? But are you free from that murder you did? Yes, you're free from that because you're not in prison. You understand?
So did I say that right here?
Yeah, you can, but now, once you're in here, you're not free from those sins.
Right.
You understand that, right?
Yeah, come.
Okay, no sweat from the top.
The book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 13. For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh.
Right. So now, you've been called into liberty. This is the freedom that you got by coming into the truth. But don't use what? Liberty. Go ahead.
Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh.
An occasion to the what?
To the flesh.
What does that mean? Why is he saying it like that? I score.
Like because before we came to the truth, we would serve our flesh, but now he's saying like don't serve your flesh. Don't give now that you're in the truth, don't give yourself an occasion to serve your flesh.
Okay.
Like to do what your flesh wants to do.
Okay, I got you. I can break it down like this. You're free. You're free, right? You're freeing your mind from the oppression of your slave master. But you ain't free, though. You still must be disciplined. You understand?
Yeah.
You still must be very much disciplined in everything you do, right? You're not free to abuse somebody. You're not free to say what you want to say. You're not free to do what you want to do. You're still under authority. What authority are you under? Go ahead. Christ's authority. Y'all understand, right? Read the next line.
For brethren, ye have been called unto liberty. Only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another.
But by what?
But by love serve one another.
What is love? Sis?
Laws, statutes, commandments.
Right, there you go. To keep his commandments. Y'all understand? That's the love. So don't break that freedom that you have. What's the freedom? One more time, if I can break it down. What's the freedom that you have? Good.
The freedom from oppression.
Yes, the freedom from oppression and to think like a free man. I don't know if you understand how different you think now than you used to think. You used to think things were important that weren't important. You get what I'm saying? Now you're free to think like a free man, like a man who knows who he is. When you don't know who you are, you can't be free. You understand? You're jammed up. You're tied down. You're, in a delusional state because you don't know who you are, and yet that makes you confined to a slave mindset. You understand? Makes you a damn slave. Go ahead, Oscar.
So when you say that we're free from oppression, so you're saying like we don't suffer, our brothers in the world suffer because we're protected because we serve Christ.
Yes, I'll take that. More like this too, though. Like you still go to your slavery, and that's oppression, right?
Yeah.
But you look at this slavery as a tool to help you in your life and to help you pay your tithes and all that. Before you looked at it as a career and something that help you buy gifts for your children on Christmas. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Now you're not confined to that thought process anymore. No. Now you're not confined to going to your job so you can buy drugs to get high. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not thinking like that anymore. You're not thinking that you're going to get your tax money and flip it and be a big drug dealer now. You're not thinking like that because all that is foolishness, right? So that's how you want to think about it like that, all right? No sweat. Give me 1 Peter 1:22.
So I think you want verse 14.
Let me hear.
Galatians 5:14. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
One more time.
For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You understand, right? Did I call that?
Yeah, I believe Steve wanted the next verse.
No sweat. 1 Peter 1:22.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren.
Say it again.
Seeing ye have purified your souls.
You purified your what?
Your soul.
Go ahead.
In obeying the truth.
In what?
In obeying the truth.
That's what purifies your soul. Y'all understand? By
By
obeying the truth. Y'all with me? You want to purify your soul, you got to obey what the Bible says, what the men in here are telling you to do. That's how you purify your soul. Go ahead.
Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit.
Do the what?
Through the Spirit.
Go ahead.
Unto unfeigned love.
Until what kind of love?
Unto unfeigned love.
Somebody look up unfeigned love. Unfeigned love.
Genuine, sincere.
There you go. Read it from there to unfeigned love.
Seeing ye have purified your souls in obeying the truth through the Spirit unto unfeigned love of the brethren, see that ye love one another with a pure heart fervently.
Pure heart fervently. Is that it on that?
Come.
That's what the Lord requires from you. You know what I mean? These are all things that the Bible says to do about love and how you should look at the next man, how you should look at the next sister. You understand?
Okay.
You look at the Black and Hispanic and Native Indian, right? Why do you think they wanted to persecute Christ when he went to go sit with the publicans? Why? Go ahead.
Because they hated him.
Who hated him?
The religious leaders.
Right, but who were the publicans? Sinners, right?
Yeah.
They were sinners, right? And they wanted to talk about Christ sitting with sinners. You get what I'm saying? When you're supposed to sit with sinners, you're supposed to go over to the sinners and help them in their life. Y'all understand, right? You're supposed to love them too. Now, of course, they might not accept your love. You don't gotta keep putting yourself out there. I'm not saying that, but you do have to love them, just like them brothers in Texas want to go love them cats, right? You gotta love them, give them the opportunity to be loved, to see if they can reciprocate that love and join the Lord's army. But now, if they can't, then Lord be with them. Our duty was done, though. Y'all understand? No sweat. Next precept. We get Matthew 5:43. 5:43, so like you. Is it not coming up?
I got it.
No, that's all right. I have the brother read. What you listening for?
I'm checking for the mic.
Oh, okay. Matthew 5:43. Who got it? 5:43.
The book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 43.
Mm-hmm.
Ye have heard that it hath been said, thou shalt love thy neighbor and hate thine enemy.
You're right. This was Christ speaking, right? You have heard that it said, love thy neighbor and hate thy enemy. Go ahead.
But I say unto you, love your enemies, bless them that curse you.
Right. But I say unto you, love thine enemies and bless them that curse you. Go ahead.
Do good to them that hate you.
Do good to them that hate you. Right. So now you just think about, of course, I'm bringing up Texas all night, right? Think about them cats them Haitians, right? They was in desperate need of help, right? Now they're political leaders in Haiti. They don't love the ISUPK, right? They love the French government. You know what I mean? They love the so-called white man, right? They love all the Catholicism, right? I think they're into Catholicism. You understand? That's who they love. They don't love the Lord. They don't love the truth. You understand, right? But we still went out there and gave them aid. You understand?
Right.
Keep going.
Do good to them that hate you.
Do good to them that hate you. Go ahead.
And pray for them which despitefully use you.
And pray for them who despitefully use you. If you're a priest in here, you know you've been used before. You just know you've been used. Somebody had definitely used you before, and it's fine. You get what I'm saying? Because you didn't do it. You didn't do it to, you didn't do it. How do y'all say this? You didn't do it not to be used. You just did it because that's who you are. They used you because that's who they are. Y'all understand, right? And users are survivalists. When you're a survivalist, you'll do anything to anybody, and you use anybody that you can. You understand? But if you use the men of the Lord will remember that. That you're not helping yourself, you're hurting yourself. You understand, right? That's why our brother in here doesn't need to worry about being used. You just do what you do all the time. Go ahead, Oscar.
Sir. Because I'm thinking about the other precept that says in Ecclesiastes 16:4, it says, "Give to a godly man and help not a sinner."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around how to make this connect and not see it as a contradiction.
I got you. I'll break that down in a second. Let me finish this. All right. Go ahead.
Do good to them that hate you,
Mm-hmm.
and pray for them which despitefully use you
Go ahead.
and persecute you.
And persecute you. What does persecute mean? Sis.
Vile you.
Not necessarily. Go ahead.
I was about to say what they did to Brother Yashikar. They put photos of him on Facebook of his past when he was in the world with guns and this and that.
Oh yeah? Damn. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Like people that seek to hurt you.
Yeah, what if somebody just look at persecute?
Subject to hostility and ill treatment, especially because of their race or political or religion.
There you go, right? So people that persecute you because of who you are.
Right.
Right? They're gonna persecute you because you look like I don't know. You probably look like drug dealers to them, right? You look like a murderer to them, right? You look like someone who says they love God. You look like a person that you say you love God, but you don't look like you love God.
Right.
In America, you got to look like you love God, right? You got to put some tie on, right? You got to shave your face down, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to put a tambourine in your hand. That's how you look like you love God. You understand? So if you don't look like you love God, like you don't look like you love God. You guys look like you worship Satan, right? To the naked eye, but you do love God, right? And the people who think that way of you, they're gonna persecute you. Like the brother said, they're gonna put pictures of you of your past and say, "That ain't no righteous man. Look at this guy. He had guns in his hand. He still got guns in his hand." That's what they don't know. He still got guns around. You get what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with guns. They don't call the white man the devil and a murderous bastard. He got guns, a whole bunch of guns, and he's a pastor.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of guns he owns, and he got a 6-year-old daughter shooting guns all over the place in the South, breaking guns down and all that. They don't call that evil. You understand? It's just propaganda, right? And it's persecution. But the Bible says what? Love those who persecute you. It's hard to kind of grasp that and make you understand. You know what I mean? The Bible also says what? About people like that.
People that persecute you?
Yeah, what does the Bible also say to protect yourself? Go ahead, sis.
Hate your enemy.
No.
Don't be ignorant.
So what was the question, sir? So
What does the Bible also say to help you understand people in the world and how you should be? Go ahead.
Forgive them for they know not what they do.
Yeah, that's true, but it's something else that protects you. Go ahead.
So like it.
Look.
The Lord is thy shield.
That's good. That's good. Go ahead, sis.
Pray for them.
Pray for them is good. It's something you should know. You're gonna be mad when I say it. How should you be amongst people who persecute you and hate you? Go ahead.
I got 2 answers.
Give me the first one. You get one shot.
One shot, all right.
Go ahead.
I'll give you the one. Okay. To be wise as a serpent.
That's it. You know what I mean? That's how you should be. Wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. Meet a serpent like a serpent. You understand? You got to meet serpents like you're a serpent, but don't bite them like a serpent would. Y'all understand, right? That's why I said be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. You can meet a serpent to another serpent. You ever heard that term? You can't bullshit a bullshitter.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you can't bullshit a person that's a bullshitter. You can't bullshit someone who knows the bullshit, right? You can't do that to somebody. So if I'm a snake and I see a snake, but I don't attack as a snake. I think like a snake, right? I think like a snake. So you can't snake me. You understand? I won't allow you to snake me because I'll maneuver and I'll be harmless like a dove. Y'all with me? You got your hand up?
I was going to say, because like the scripture also say, blessed are ye that they persecute you. You know what I mean? Like Matthew 5:11.
Right. You know what I mean? Keep reading that.
verse 45. The book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 45.
Mm-hmm.
That ye may be the children.
What does persecute mean again?
Subject to hostility and ill treatment.
Right. That's what people are going to do to you. And then at the same time, ask you for something. Right? Go ahead.
That ye may be the children of your Father, which is in heaven. For he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and on the good.
Right. He maketh the sun to rise on the evil and the good. Go ahead.
And sendeth rain unto the just and unto the unjust.
And he's sending rain to the just and the unjust. Go ahead.
For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye?
Right. There is no reward for loving people who love you. That ain't what it's built for. It's to love people who hate you. Right. But the thing is, the Christian church took it and said that you should love your enemy, meaning the person who raped your mother and your grandmother and put you in slavery. That's not what this is talking about. Y'all understand? This is talking about your own people. This is talking about your own. Y'all understand, right? When it says love thy neighbor, it's talking about someone who actually lived by you at one time. You were actually neighbors to someone who was an Israelite at one time in your homeland. Y'all understand, right? That's why it says neighbor, not your neighbor now. Your neighbor is a child molester now. You know what I'm saying? Your neighbor is a drug dealer now, and they both different races. Go ahead.
I was also going to say, like, it also makes sense because when you say love your neighbor, you know, they try to equate the white man, these other nations, but us as a people, we love them. But you know how the scripture says, our eyes will be evil towards our own self. We hate each other. Right. So when you start to realize what the concept of it is, it has to be love thy to be your brother, because that's who you actually hate. Right. You don't hate the white man. You love him. You love him at work. You love that he pays you. You love that he supports you with everything. Equal, but you hate your brother that look just like him.
Come on. That's heavy, right? That's exactly right. You get what I mean? The brother said it so right. You love. That's how you know that. That's how you know who your enemy is. Your enemy ain't no white man. You love. You smile all in his face. You call him sir and all that. You get what I'm saying? But the brother, you don't like him because he here to take a job, right? He here to be better than you. You don't want no other nigga being better than you. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You want to be the best nigga. You want to be the token nigga. Y'all know what that is, right? You want to be the token Negro. You know what I mean? Don't strive for those things. You understand? Is that the end of that?
Loud one.
What verse you at?
46.
Okay, go ahead.
For if ye love them which love you, what reward have ye?
Go ahead.
Do not even the publicans the same?
Say it one more time.
Do not even the publicans the same?
Go ahead.
And if ye salute your brethren only, what do ye more than others?
You understand? Any more?
Do not even the publicans so? Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which in heaven is perfect.
Y'all understand, right? Be perfect, man. Be perfect. Just like the Lord wanted you to be perfect. The Lord in heaven is perfect. And he wants the men that he created to be perfect. I mean, he wants the people that he chose to be perfect like how he's perfect. So you strive for perfection. Y'all understand? Solid. Give me 1 John 3:18. Y'all got any questions on this topic? Just raise your hand, all right? Go ahead.
So like, you help me understand the Ecclesiasticus?
Pull it for me.
Ecclesiasticus,
chapter 12.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12 and verse 4. I'm going to start verse above. Ecclesiasticus 12 and 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms. Verse 4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
Go ahead.
So it says, so it's saying to help to the godly man, because I got this breakdown.
Right.
Help to the godly man means to help to somebody who's trying to better their life, and don't help the sinner meaning someone who just doesn't want to change.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Just think about it like this. I'm always going to help you first. You get what I mean? Whoever in here needs my help, I'm helping them. But if no one needs my help, I'm going to help that person. You understand? That's how you got to look at it. I'm going to help you first. I'm going to help a man who serves God first.
Right.
They're going to always get the first dibs to everything because they're men of God. But it doesn't mean you can't help a sinner, because we just went to go help a whole bunch of sinners. You know what I'm saying? Weren't you a sinner at one time?
Yeah,
Didn't we help you?
Yeah.
You understand, right?
So what is it saying when it says to not help a sinner? Is it being like, is it literal, like don't help a sinner? Or
It can't be literal because we help sinners. So what is it talking about?
this is it's saying don't help. Okay, help someone, but if you see that they don't want to change, don't help them.
Okay, no. I gave it to you, but you probably didn't get it. Go ahead, Juan.
I think it's being, to understand verse 4 is to understand verse 3. That's how I read it. When it says, it's like it says, there can no good come to him that always occupied in evil.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning someone that consistently, that's what they're about. You know what I mean? They're always about evil, pushing evil. And so when it goes in further, when it says, and if he, and if not from him, it's like, hold on, wrong verse, nor to him that give no alms. Alms, I think I understand it as like giving charity or giving service. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you're dealing with someone, if you correct me if I'm wrong, sir, how I understand this is somebody that's just consistently pushing. Like you can help somebody, but some people just don't want to be helped. You know what I mean? So your focus should be, you know what I mean, to give to a sinner that doesn't even want your help. It's like, you know what I mean? My mind comes to that precept where the Lord, where the disciple says, shake off the dust of thy feet, and keep moving.
Right.
Because at some point you got to let it be known, like these people don't want help. So it's not that you won't help a sinner, but it should be a focus to help the sinner.
I take that. I agree. I agree with that. But just like going to Skid Row and cats and want your sandwiches, right?
Oh,
I'll never forget that. Think you about to help some cats at Skid Row with some sandwiches. They like, where are the drugs? Is there crack in these sandwiches? You're like, no, it's just sandwiches. They don't want them sandwiches out. So I'm not worried about them. You know what I mean? But like I said, if you're good, then that opens up the door to help somebody else. And if it happened to be a sinner, then so be it. You get what I'm saying? You can help a sinner because we were sinners and we all got help. You understand, right?
Yeah.
You talk.
Does it like kind of break it down in verse 5?
Let me hear it.
It says, do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him.
Yeah, I'll take that. That's excellent. Meaning what? Go ahead.
I mean, you can't keep helping this ungodly man who's going to take advantage of you and it's going to backfire.
No, it's like Mom said. If you're an evil cat, that doesn't want help, then why should I continue to try to help you? You get what I'm saying? But if you're a brother who wants forgiveness, then I can help you. Right, because the Bible says you want to help someone who helps themselves too, right?
Right.
I don't know if the Bible said that, but that's regular talk, right?
Makes sense.
Right. So you want to help someone who wants to help themselves. It's easier that way, right? Go ahead. That's it? Now let's go. Let's go back to this, right? Let's go to 1 John 3:18. Hey, not that. Okay, Shaw.
This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 18.
Say it. Read again. 1 John 3:18. One more time. Read again.
1 John chapter 3, verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word.
My little children, let us not love in word. Go ahead.
Neither in tongue.
Neither in tongue. Go ahead.
But in deed.
But in what?
In deed.
Go ahead.
And in truth.
Y'all understand, right? Let's not say we love each other and just in our tongue. Y'all know what I mean? Let's not just say it, right? Read it one more time.
My little children, let us not love in word,
neither
in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
But in deed and in truth. That's how you love somebody. With your actions. Y'all understand, right? With your actions. We don't just say it in here. We live it in here. We do it in here. Y'all understand? That's how you're supposed to love somebody. Not just saying I love you. That's just talk. Y'all understand, right? I probably would never say I love y'all to any of you guys. Unless I was ordered to. But I would show it with my actions. Y'all understand? I'll score.
Sir, a good precept would be, if I could, sir, in James chapter 2, where it says that Christ, that Abraham proved his love for the Most High when he was about to sacrifice his son. It was like an action.
Yeah, that was an action, right? Action. Go ahead.
Also, I had a question. So with the James, is that Christ's disciple?
Let me hear the precept. Let me hear the precept. There's more than one James. That was a disciple of Paul, though.
Oh, okay.
James is a brother of Christ, but there's like a lot of brothers got the same name.
Yeah.
Like just like that.
But so the brother who wrote the brother James, the book of James, is a disciple of Paul.
Yeah. It was a man under Paul.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean he was a Gentile.
Okay, come. So it wasn't a disciple of Christ.
Say it again.
It wasn't a disciple of Christ. It was Paul's disciple.
Right. Well, it's all the same.
So okay.
Yeah, I understand.
James 2:14.
Mm-hmm.
Also like the James 2:20.
Go ahead.
But wilt thou know, O vain man, that faith without works is dead. Verse 21. Was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 22. Seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? Verse 23. And the scripture was fulfilled, which saith, Abraham believed God, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness, and he was called the friend of God. Verse 24. Ye see then how that by works a man is justified, and not by faith only.
Yeah, I understand. A man is justified by works and not by faith only. Your work will speak volumes, not your words. Y'all understand, right?
Right.
No sweat. Good to go? 17 and 17. Proverbs 17 and 17.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity.
One more time.
A friend loveth at all times.
A friend loveth at all times. Go ahead. Like you got a friend, right? He'll love you at all times. He just say he love you all the time. That's good. Go ahead.
And a brother is born for adversity.
But there's a person who is born for you in adversity. Break it down, somebody. You come on, go ahead. Go ahead, sis. Let me get this sister.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A friend is there to love you, I just know that a brother, when it says adversity, is more to love you through anything, like through ups, downs, whatever. And a friend is probably just someone to love you through when you're up.
Yeah, I'll take that. You know what I mean? There's definitely people that you have a good time with, right?
Right.
There's people that you have a good time with, and then there's a person who's there that's always there when there's a hard time. That's a person who's born for adversity. That's a brother who was born in adversity. Like it might be a lot of brothers who might hang out in here, and I might not hang out with every single brother. But then when there's something that's if I'm going through something, I'm giving an example. If I'm going through something, but that brother is there though, and we might not be the closest, but when the times of adversity, that brother is down. You know what I'm saying? He's there to answer the call. He's there to handle business. You understand? That's a brother that's born for adversity. Keep reading from the top.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
A friend loveth at all times.
Go ahead.
And a brother is born for adversity.
Mm-hmm.
A man void of understanding striketh hands and becometh a surety in the presence of his friend.
God, that's it. You're going to have to read that part. Is that 18?
Oh.
All right, no sweat. Give me Amos 5 and 15.
The book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Hate the evil and love the good.
Hate the evil and love the good. Go ahead.
And establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord God of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Mm-hmm. That's what the Bible says, right? Hate the evil and love the good, so he can be established in the gates. That what?
That's like it may be that the Lord God of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Therefore, the Lord, the God of hosts, the Lord saith thus: wailing shall be in all streets.
That's it. There is people who's going to love. They're going to love the evil. Don't be a person who loves evil. Hate evil. That's the only way we can rid evil. You understand? Is if you look at a situation and you don't try to compromise your mind into saying it's okay. when something is not okay. You understand? There is no gray areas in where you think that something can be compromised into being accepted. You understand? What the Lord does not, if the Lord is not with that, then you can't be with it. Y'all with me? There's some cat that's wearing like, let me see. What's some a man can wear like a that y'all think it might be okay? Like skinny jeans, right? So a cat wears some. If a cat come in here wearing some skinny jeans, right? Is wearing skinny jeans unlawful?
I think it is.
It can be, right? Skinny jeans can definitely be unlawful. You can't wear that to camp.
I mean, you can't have a pair of pants that your rib can be like, hey babe, let me put some pants on. Like,
y'all understand, right? Y'all understand, right? Like you cannot do that. You cannot be like that. You can't be a cat who wants to dye their hair, right? Like imagine you have some cat come in here, dye his hair like 6'9". Is dyeing your hair unlawful? But that can't be accepted.
It's out of the spirit.
You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
You already look at this cat like, nah. You like your hair dyed like that? You gotta ask him. You gotta tell him that that ain't our way. You know what I mean? To dye it's unlawful, brother. But you know what I mean? You making us real susceptible to be at camp and be clowned on because of your hair. You get what I'm saying? Or is it a unlawful to hit your tongue pierce?
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not unlawful to get your tongue pierced. But imagine some brother, y'all understand, right? You can't, it's like those type of things can't be compromised in here. Y'all understand? Go ahead, Oscar.
I already know the answer. I was saying nose ring, right? That's acceptable, right? For a brother.
Okay, nose ring, that ain't as bad. You know what I mean? Like some brother got a nose ring, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But tongue ring is where you draw the line.
But that's lawful, right? Like if sister had it, would be cool.
Yeah, brother can wear a nose ring too.
And I'm saying tongue ring.
Oh, tongue. I mean, if a sister got it, it makes her look like a whore.
Okay.
It is what whores wear, but it wouldn't be unlawful.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion on it, though. If some brother, I'm like, oh no, I like that tongue ring. That would be what he like. You get what I'm saying? But I'll tell my rib to take a tongue ring out. You understand?
Okay.
That's just me though. But it's not unlawful. But you don't want to make someone feel like that. But a brother, he probably would never get a Hebrew name. He probably never get a that's just a fact. He probably never get a Hebrew name.
It's like, if I may, that's on the topic. You know how, like, all right, say you put something on that's like snakeskin. We understand that that's unlawful, but it's not snakeskin, but it looks like snakeskin.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You know what I'm saying? I know there's a precept that says like abstain from the things that could appear
for evil.
Be evil.
Yeah.
Would that fit?
It's not really.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not evil.
A stretch, but it's like
it's not evil.
Okay.
Like if you're wearing like some fake snake skin, like okay. It also depends on who. Like, are you saying these look like snake skin, huh?
Well,
if you're saying they look like snake skin, then that's evil.
Reason why I'm saying it is because skinny jeans it's not unlawful. Getting your tongue pierced is not unlawful. But these are things that are not normal as well. And if you actually go you get down to the root of it, it comes from a homosexual's like reality.
Yeah.
And so my thing is it has the likeness of evil because of where it comes from. You're not doing it because you truly want to do it. You're doing it because it's at some point became acceptable. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's where I'm rolling with. That's where my mind is. I would just stay away from it. Period.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
it just depends on the spirit on the brother that's wearing it too. Sometimes, like if you're wearing a fake snakeskin boots, like are you trying to pass these off as snakeskin? But they're actually like fake leather or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it depends on what the spirit on a brother is on too. They can't be. They always can say no, yes or no to something. You know what I mean? That's a discretion at him. You know what I'm saying? So anybody over him come and see that, and he says, "Why has this brother got this on?" Then that's on you. You get what I mean? No sweat. But y'all understand, right? You want to be in the spirit of One West, not in the spirit of the gray area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
No sweat. Give me Mark 12:31. Who got it?
This is Mark 12:31.
Mm-hmm.
And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these.
Mm-hmm. Y'all understand, right? Put that in your notes. And then we get, and put John 15 and 13 in your notes as well, all right? Now let's go over these precepts. We've got the last 20 minutes. This is how to control yourself. Give me Proverbs 16 and 32. Sis.
What was that, John?
John 15 and 13.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32.
So before I get into this topic, right? Controlling yourself, right? Give me Romans 7 and 18 real quick. I'll just break it down and go into that topic. Controlling yourself. Self-control, right? Self-control. Everybody understands what self-control with the meaning. Somebody look up self-control. Probably so. And look up control as well. Self-control and control. Who got Romans 7 and 18? Your top, go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 7, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing.
In your flesh dwelleth no good thing, right? That's what Paul is saying. Paul is saying, man, like we all have this, especially if you're Black and Hispanic. Like most Black and Hispanic people, I don't know about growing up, right? But they wasn't taught really core values, real good core values. You find out what core values is. At least I did when you come into the truth, right? When you really supposed to be who the Lord intended you to be, you start to change yourself and you find out things about you that you just got rid of, right? You got to get rid of this thing inside of you because there's a demon that lives inside of a lot of us, right? And we have to purge that demon out with what's the word called? With chastisement, right? Self-examination, counsels, whatever you need to purge the demon out. It comes within your flesh because your flesh wants to devour your spirit. You understand, right? Remember, because your whole life is about living in the spirit. When you're living in the spirit, you're not living for yourself, right? You're living for what the Lord wants. You're not living because you died. That old man died, so now you're living as a new person. And that new person is supposed to be a representation of Christ. You understand? So now if you're living that life, you have to purge yourself from fleshly needs, right? Your flesh wants a lot of things that your spirit will go to, that is your spirit is against, right? So now we'll read this precept from the top. Y'all got self-control? Somebody got it? Read it from me, I'll score.
So this is out of the Oxford Dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
Self-control, the ability to control oneself, in particular one's emotions.
One's what?
In particular one's emotions.
In particular one's emotions. Go ahead.
And desires.
And desires. Y'all understand, right? And your desires come from your flesh. Your emotions come from your flesh. It's what your flesh wants in life. Your flesh wants to act out. You feel what I'm saying? Your flesh wants to do what it wants to. It's your spirit's job to keep it in check. That's self-control, right? So now, go ahead, read control.
So the definition for control.
Go ahead, sis. You got it?
The power to influence or direct people's behavior.
The power to influence or direct somebody's behavior, people's behavior. Go ahead.
Or the course of events.
Or the course of events. So you got to have self-control, and it allows you to put things in perspective and control them, right? Because a lot of people don't have self-control. You understand? When you can have self-control, you can be better than 90% of the people already. You understand, right? It's a mastery over yourself, and that's something that you can definitely do. It's a possible thing, right? It's the course to being what? I'll score.
Discipline.
Discipline is correct, but there's a better word. It says
Like Christ.
Yes, but that's not the word. So what? Perfect. Y'all with me? It puts you on course to be perfect when you have control, and most importantly, self-control. Doesn't only mean you're a control freak if you want control. It just means that you want to determine outcomes, not somebody else. You understand? So now let's read that 7 and 18.
This is Romans chapter 7, verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
For I know that in me, that is in my flesh dwelleth no good thing.
So Paul is doing what? What is he saying? I score.
He's saying that in his flesh, there's no good thing.
What is he doing though?
He's analyzing himself.
There you go. He's analyzing himself. He's giving himself an exam, and he's saying, in me, I know there's no good thing. That's true for everybody in this room. I act a certain way because I know there's something not good in me. You get what I mean? I like to, what's the word? I like to be laid back, because if I'm not laid back, I'm full of rage, right? A lot of black people are like that. A lot of Hispanic people are like that. A lot of people are just enraged, and that's why they're in prison, right? But if you put that rage at the forefront, you're going to go to prison. Y'all with me? So you have to be, at least for me, I have to be a little bit more laid back so it builds up to be rage. You understand? Instead of just being on the line of rage, I like to be built up to rage so I can stop myself before I do something crazy, right? And I can speak for that because I know everybody is like that. A lot of people are like that, right? It doesn't matter what background you came from. You have something in you that just snaps, right? So, and that's uncontrollable. And you don't want to be uncontrollable. You want to be controlled, and you want to have self-control. So now Paul is saying he's chastising himself and examining himself and letting it be known that what? He has this in him, right? He has this in him. Keep reading.
For to will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good, I find not.
Right. All of us know this because we know what's the right thing to do, but the feeling of doing something horrible feels better. Y'all understand? The feeling to do something that makes you feel good feels better than doing the right thing. Because doing the right thing makes you feel like a less than, or makes you feel, agitated or angry or depressed, right? All these things you won't do because you don't want that feeling. When that feeling, it's the first step to being controlled. You understand? Is there any more on that?
This 19.
Let me hear it.
For the good that I would do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do.
Right. The evil that I would not, that I do. What's that mean? Read that again, up.
For the good that I would, I do not.
For the good that I would, I don't do. Go ahead.
But the evil which I would not.
The evil which I would not. Go ahead.
That I do.
That I do. Go ahead, Quan.
Read it from the first part real quick.
For the good that I would, I do not.
For the good that I would, I do not. Meaning what? The thing that brings me pleasure. The thing that I think that is good, I don't do it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
But the evil which I would not, that I do.
But that one thing that I think is, evil because it takes me away from going into accepting my flesh, I do that.
There you
it's
go.
the thing that allows me to, be in control.
Go ahead.
Now, if I do that I would not, it is no more that I do it, but sin that dwelleth in me.
But what that dwelleth in me?
But sin that dwelleth in me.
What is that sin that dwelleth in you? Somebody please say it. What's that sin that? Go ahead.
The old man.
Which is? It's not. It's the old man, but it's something else. Really. There you go. It's the demon that dwells in you. You got to understand that if you have these issues of going against your spirit, it's because there's a demon that lives in you. You understand? There's a demon in you possessing you and wanting to do the things that bring you shame and harm yourself. You understand? So you have to fight this demon off by not doing that thing. So I'm giving you some precepts to give you help on those things, right? You got a question now?
Go
ahead.
Is that like when Mashiach took out Legion and threw them in them pigs or whatever, and they went to go kill themselves?
Yeah.
Like that's what they're trying to do.
That was a demon in the brother, right?
Come.
So to think about this, to be able to cast out demons, you got to cast out the demon in yourself, right?
Okay.
One day you're going to have you do it now, but you're literally going to do it in front of people one time. But you can't do it if you can't cast out your own demon. You understand? Every brother in this room who's a priest, you didn't cast it out demons on people before. But then now you can do it to do it on a bigger stage. You're gonna have to cast out the demon in you if you have one. Some of us live with the demon. Some demons will never leave. You understand? You got some demons who will never leave you. You have to live with the demon. Then you have demons who actually leave you and find a new host, a new body. You know, y'all understand, right? All right, no sweat. Let's get it. Proverbs 16 and 32. So we read what self-control is, right? And we read what control is. Self-control is something that determines. Somebody read that one more time if you got it. Self-control. I think it says something about your emotions and something else.
Control your emotions and desires.
I got something. It's like, sir, I got restraint exercise over one's own impulses, emotions, or desires, and that's it.
Okay. Read the one you had, Oscar.
Self-control out of the Oxford Dictionary.
Go ahead.
The ability to control oneself, in particular, one's emotions and desires, or the expression of them in one's behavior.
There you go. Emotions, desires, or the expressions in one's behavior. Right. So think about those. I want y'all to screenshot that if y'all could and put that in y'all pictures and look at that all the time and will yourself to have self-control. Right. So now let's go. Proverbs 16 and 32.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32. He that is slow to anger.
He that is what?
He that is slow to anger.
He that is slow to anger. Go ahead.
Is better than the mighty.
It's better than the mighty. You got mighty brothers, right? You got, what is a mighty? What is a mighty? Think about it in today's terms. Not so.
It's like a big, frolicky brother, like a buff.
Nah, I don't even think like that, right? Think about it like in today's term. I'm gonna explain it. You're gonna understand it. Go ahead, sis. You want to give it a shot?
Like the police?
No, not the police, brother.
I was going to say like Mike Tyson.
What's Mike Tyson like?
He could destroy you with hands.
Okay, no, I'll give it to you. Someone who is mighty in this context is someone who's a hothead. You know what I mean? You ever been in a situation where, like, I've always been like this my whole life. I've always been slow to anger. I've always been someone who had to kind of understand something to be able to do something. You know what I mean? I was like, wait, why do I have to think like, okay, I have to fight him because he disrespected me. But if someone told me, hey, go fight him, I'm like, okay, why though? You know what I'm saying? I would have to know, like, why should I fight him? Because I need wrong to go fight somebody, right? Like most of the time in my life. So now you got other people who just hothead turn up, right? People look at that like that's amazing. I mean, growing up, right? So
strength.
Huh?
They look at it as strength.
They look at it as strength. They look at it as like, oh man, he with that. Yeah, he's crazy, right? The Lord says someone who is slow to anger is better than that. You know what I mean? Because who's known to get emotional? Who's known to get angry like that? Go ahead.
Like thugs and killers on the street.
That's true, but who's known to be like that? So what?
Esau?
Not Esau. Sis.
The weak.
The weak is right. You right on it. So what?
Ishmael.
Not Ishmael. Young man. Women.
Oh.
Y'all understand, right? Now, women are known to be emotional. Right? You're known to be angry, right? And that's why most men get that stigma or that that stigma or that, what's that called? Behavior. You know what I mean? From a mother. Because I never had a father really around, so a mother might have always turned up on you, right? So you turned up. You get what I'm saying? So you turned up. The Lord said it's not good to be like that. It's good to be a brother who's slow to anger. Because what's the Lord? The Lord said he's slow to anger, but he's great in wrath. You get what I'm saying? So you got to be slow to anger. There's certain things where, like, if you're a father, right? If you're a father and your child does something wrong. If my child does something wrong, I'm checking my child. Maybe one time, two times. Maybe the third time it's gonna be a problem. You get what I'm saying? Not that first time I'm not gonna whoop him. You get what I mean? I'm not gonna hit my child or whoop my child, whatever. I'm gonna talk to my child. The second time I'll talk to him a little harder. Then the third time, it's like, all right, you know you deserve this now, right? That's slow to anger. And that's how you should be. That's how everyone should be. slow to anger, understanding the situation before you react, right? You want to be totally justified in a situation before you do something. Y'all understand? That's what the Lord, that's why he's slow to anger. He was angry with you. There's so many times he thought about putting you to death, right? Thought about doing something horrible to you, thought about paralyzing you. You get what I'm saying? But because he was slow to that anger, he changed his mind. Y'all understand? So you have to be like that. That's how your life should be. Understanding the situation, being upset with things, checking situations, correcting situations, but then also understanding there is a time that wrath will come. Wrath will come one day. Y'all with me, right? Any more on that?
Come on.
Go ahead.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
You're better than someone who is supposedly mighty, someone that's supposedly a hothead, someone who's supposedly active. You know what I'm saying? You're better than that person because that person doesn't care about nobody, not even himself. You know what I mean? That's why that person is like that. That person, I don't give a F. I don't care about nothing. That's a person that doesn't care about anybody. He doesn't care about his own life. He ready to die about this situation, right? There is certain things I'm willing to die for too. Don't get it twisted. But you also have to be tempered. Y'all with me? All right, no sweat. Let's go. You got a question? All right. Proverbs 25 and 28.
You want me to finish that?
Oh yeah, so like is there more on that?
Come on. The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 32.
Mm-hmm.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty.
Go ahead.
And he that ruleth his spirit.
So like he that ruleth his what?
His spirit.
He that has control, right, over his spirit. Go ahead.
Then he that taketh the city.
Then he that taketh a city. What does it mean, the person who taketh a city? Sis.
Lead.
Huh?
Lead the city.
Yes. Someone who's in charge. If you can be in charge of a city, but you can't control yourself, there's someone better than you that can control themselves. You understand? That's what the Bible was saying. That there is somebody that controls themselves that's better than you. And you think you're great, but there's someone who's better than you because they know self-control. And you don't. You understand? That's why it's important to put that over yourself. You get mad. A lot of people get mad. You lost control before. That's fine. Don't do it no more. Control your life. Control yourself. Determine every outcome. Don't let the police determine an outcome. Don't let a judge determine your outcome. You understand? Don't allow that because that you're taking control away from yourself. Y'all with me? No, sir. Any more?
Loud.
All right, no, sir. Proverbs 25 and 28.
This is Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28.
Uh-huh.
He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down.
You understand? If you don't have rule over your own spirit, you're damaged. You know what I mean? You're like a broke down city. People don't like to go to a broke down city, right? People like to go to a thriving city, in control. That's amazing with the lights on, not a broken city. Nobody wants to go to, give me a city in California.
They don't want to come to San Bernardino.
Damn, I was about to say that. I was thinking like, only place I thought it was San Bernardino. Ain't that stuff? Yeah, I was trying to think of somewhere worse than this, but San Bernardino, yeah.
Maybe Oakland.
No, I literally, a sister told me that she does not want to come to class because it's in San Bernardino.
No, facts.
I said, we have online.
There's a stigma behind it, but that tell you that this is where the Lord we need.
But y'all understand, right? Read again.
He that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
Without what?
Without walls.
When you don't have walls, what do you have? Your time.
No protection.
No protection. That's true. Also, what? Those walls of protection is what? What is discipline? Salak, I'll give you the answer. It's discipline, right? Protection of your self. What did you say, sir? Boundaries is perfect, right? Protection. And it all comes from discipline, right? If you had that discipline, you put yourself in a place where you won't get out of a certain box. And that box is the place that controls your emotions. You understand, right? Now, if you don't have walls, you have no boundaries, and you always releasing your emotions out on somebody. You understand? Don't be that way. All right. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 9.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
One more time.
Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
Right, we talked about this earlier, right? Don't be a hothead. Don't be hasty in your spirit to be angry. And like it's easy to get angry, right or wrong. It's easy to be upset because you like to, a lot, you know what black people and Hispanic people like to do, man? Women and men. You have problems in your life. And if someone crosses you with the littlest thing, you take out all your problems on this person. Y'all understand? That's what you do. It's a problem. It's an issue with you because you live in a broken city, right? Because you have no self-control. So whoever did, like, you ever, what's that movie? Paid in Full, right? Paid in Full. The cat says, remember, what's the brother name? Mekhi Phifer, right? He goes, if a nigga even look at me wrong. right or wrong? Did he say that? In the car. If a nigga even look at me wrong, he gonna get it. You understand? He's saying that why?
Because he's hurt.
He's hurt from something else.
Yeah. From
another situation. You get what I mean? So now he's gonna release all this pain on you. All this anger on you. That's not fair, right? Isn't that? Yeah, people don't deserve that. But he's taking his anger out on you. And a lot of us do that, right? A lot of us do that because you're in some ways people call it passive aggressive, and they feel like this is the person I can be aggressive with. You get what I'm saying? And that's evil. Because you can't be aggressive with something else, with the person who really calls you on, you're gonna take your aggression out on a person that you know you can take your aggression out. You understand? You see how evil that is, right?
You're choosing a weaker adversary.
And that makes you weak.
Yeah, come.
You understand? That makes you evil. Makes you soft. You understand, right? So don't be like that. Don't be like that. Don't put your problems on somebody else. Your problems are your problems. You should deal with them. You should deal with your problems. But if someone harmed you or hurt you, you should bring it to them. But don't take it out on somebody who did, who stepped on your shoe on accident, right? Who give me some things that brothers do that. They bumped into you, right? So remember growing up, cat bump into you, you're gonna take out what happened, your mom yelling at you on this cat.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? This cat about to get it because your girlfriend cheated on you. Now he about to get it. Like, damn, I ain't cheated on you. Your girlfriend cheated on you. You want to kill me now? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What the heck? What's your problem? Go ahead, I'll score.
I was in session, like, just a brother staring at you. Make some eye contact.
Staring, bro. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Staring that is insane. You take out your father not being there in your whole life on somebody that stared at you. Yeah, right. You're someone stare at you like for 6 seconds, you're like, okay. You get it. You try to think of all the angry things that happen in your life so you can do to this cat. And you don't even know him. You know what I mean? It's emotional. All these things are emotional, and it tells you more about yourself than it does somebody else. You know what I mean? Those things you should handle. You know what I mean? You should definitely handle those situations because it makes you look like a fool. Y'all with me? You don't want to look like a fool. You don't want to be a fool. You want to be the wise one. You want to be the level-headed one, right? You want to be the person who can think straight and not with his emotions. You don't want to go. A lot of people, like you see a lot of shows, right? Like The Wire. The Wire. What you call it? Not Omar. What's his name? Barksdale. The Barksdale. Yeah. He was a hothead. He was in charge, right? He was a hothead. He wanted to go kill everybody. Yeah. Now, Stringer, he wasn't a warrior, but he was more level-headed. Yeah. But he wasn't no soldier, though.
He was a sound one.
Right. He was a sound one. But if they would have combined, they would have been perfect. You get what I'm saying? That's why they was there, 1 and 2. But there is a part of you who would still be a straight soldier and a killer and all that. But be tempered in the things that you do. So what would you do? You get counsel. You understand? If you feel so wronged about a situation and you think that justice needs to be done, you think that you don't got wartime counselors that would tell you something. You know what I mean? A lot of people will talk you out. They're what you call calculated killers. You heard that before? There is definitely calculated killers. And people that can talk you. When I say killers, not saying that there's a time to kill somebody, but some things ain't worth it. You think everyone should die because you're emotional. You can't be that way. Y'all with me? You can't be that way. Get the counsel that you need so you don't be in, you're not in jail. You're not in prison somewhere because of your emotional state. Because when you go to prison, after 2 days in prison, you're like, why did I do that, man? Why did I didn't have to kill him. I mean, he slept with my wife. He could have her. You're gonna think like, well, he could have had her. I got it, right? You're like, he could have just had her. I ain't had to do that, man. Now I'm in prison forever because you're emotional. Go ahead.
It's like you'd be surprised how small the matter really is until you find yourself jammed up.
Right.
You know what I mean? And all, like you said, take this to sit down and just think about it.
Yeah, listen, man, I don't know about you. I've been in jail. I was in jail and I said, listen, man, I don't want to ever come back here again. Then I went there again, right? And then I said, okay, now this time, I'm for real, don't never want to go. And I got the Lord give me another chance, man. And I was like, listen, I'm never coming back here again. You know what I'm saying? So now jail is something that is a real possibility for people who lose their control, who do something that is emotional or do something that, like, it doesn't have to be in a second. You can be a thief, right? You're not having self-control. You're doing something wrong because you need to go fix your life. That's not right. Y'all understand? I'll score.
So like I said, if I could, like that makes me think about like watching your mouth. You know, the scripture says the tongue boasts great things.
Mm-hmm.
So like what you say can get someone killed or get you killed.
Absolutely. And then you gotta think about this. You're an officer of the Lord. You're a priest in ISUPK. The things that you do affect the lives of others.
Right.
You understand? So you have to not only look out for watch what you say, but you got to look out for the protection of your men. And if you say something, then these men are going to go as you go. And now you're putting everybody in harm's way because of your emotions. You understand, right? Okay. Don't be that way. You got to have self-control. And it's the avenue to being perfect. It's the avenue to being what Christ was. You feel what I'm saying? What Christ is. That is the avenue. Y'all with me? And you can do it. If you don't have it now, you can become it. You can be right now, starting today, a person that has self-control and control over everything in your life. Right? And what you'll realize is you'll only care about the things that you can control. Y'all with me? There's certain things you can't control. That's fine. I don't care about things I can't control. I only care about the things I can control because I know I have the power over it. Y'all with me? But the things I can't control is not in my hands. I leave that in the Lord's hands. But the things that I can control, I determine the outcome of that. You can do the same. Self-control and control. Y'all with me? No sweat. Let's get to the next precept. Let me get 10 more minutes and we're done, all right? What we just read right now?
Ecclesiastes 7:9.
Okay, let me get Matthew 10:16. Y'all know this precept. Y'all familiar with this one, right? Why is the serpent harmless to the devil? Let's pull that real quick. Excuse me. And exercise this in your daily life, right? Because a lot of people like to feel like they need work. Work is good. Always trying to find work. But working on yourself is daily, right? It's a thing that needs work every day. And it's something that you challenge yourself on. If you're not constantly challenging yourself, then you're not trying to be better. But having self-control is a constant challenge. You know what I mean? Determining outcomes in your daily life because of your flesh is a constant challenge. So when you defeat those things, you feel better about who you are. You understand? So you can do those things and be like, okay, damn, today I won. You know what I mean? Today I won today because I controlled what I would have. Usually I get high, right? But today I didn't get high. Usually I drink myself to sleep, but today I faced all my problems. You get what I'm saying? Go ahead, Oscar.
So I was going to say, like, you're building up your self-esteem.
Right? You build up your self-esteem and the strength that you thought you didn't have.
Right.
A lot of people think you don't have the ability to do something, but you do. You're giving that off to your demon. You're letting your demon decide what your life wants. You get what I'm saying? You're letting that thing inside you decide what today is going to be like.
Right.
When you should decide, right? Go ahead. Matthew 10:16.
book of Matthew, chapter 10, and verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents.
I send you therefore in a what?
As sheep.
As what?
Sheep.
As sheep. Go ahead.
In the midst of wolves.
In the midst of wolves. Go ahead.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents.
Be ye therefore wise as serpents. Go ahead.
And harmless as doves.
And harmless as doves, man. Keep going.
Verse 17. But beware of men.
Salaki, that's it, right? So now, that's how you should be, man. Be wise as a serpent. Think as a serpent. Think as a wolf. Just don't be a wolf. And don't be a serpent. Y'all understand, right? Y'all get me? What I mean by that? I score.
You mean be as a wolf, meaning a wolf is like, you know, he's fearless, ferocious.
Perfect.
So be a wolf. But also be harmless, like be wise, like a snake, like it knows when to attack.
Yeah, hell yeah.
A dove is like, a dove looks harmless, like ain't gonna do nothing. But
Yes.
at the same time, you can.
All those things. Why? How do I know? Sometimes, well, I know this about me because I was a wolf, right? And I was a snake. I was those things. So I'm gonna think like those people. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna think just like those people. I'm not gonna get done like that because I'm harmless as a dove. I'm not evil like how they would be evil, but I know how evil people think. Go ahead. That's it.
Also, like as I was going to say, like, is it like be capable of being a savage, but be wise enough not to be that?
Yeah. Well, you are a savage. You went west. You a savage.
Okay.
That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? We teach how to block first. I don't know if y'all know, y'all in Hebrew Academy. We teach how to block for your sake. You get what I mean? That's a lot, kid. That's all I'm gonna say on that, right? We teach how to block first. You know what I mean? But because we're harmless as a dove and we serve Christ, we taught how to defend ourselves. But offense is right there. You know what I mean? We're not always on the defensive side. Trust me. It's not always about defense. Sometimes it is offense. Y'all with me? Any more on that? We got a couple more precepts. Let me get Judges 5 and 11. Go ahead, Oscar. You had a question?
I was gonna say, so that's it on that precept.
Okay, Judges 5 and 11.
The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water.
In the places of what?
Drawing water.
They that are delivered from archers in the place of drawing waters. Go ahead.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Therefore, they shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Go ahead. The end of 11.
There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Break it down. Anybody know what this talking about? If you're, go ahead. Not to that.
So like I was going to say, like, so the ones that are in drawing waters, and is it like saying in the way of archers?
No,
Like
almost.
being attacked by archers?
No, not being attacked. Come on.
So when it says they that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing waters, meaning that they're going to be removed from their circumstances of hell.
Go ahead.
Keep and then when it goes in to say, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, as they're removed from the things that were in as like the things that brought them hell.
Mm-hmm.
Now they come into the truth and learn to rehearse on how to be righteous, like how we rehearse the high holy days and how we keep the law.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to keep rehearsing these things.
Right.
And then even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his villages in Israel, meaning even to those in our surroundings. Because us, some of us may not be in the truth, but we're going to do it in the midst of them. We're going to do it around them.
Okay.
We're going to show them who we are. Like, for instance, brothers in Texas, for instance, like they were looked at as as an anomaly because they were like, one of the things I heard them focus on was like Black and Hispanic men dressed in ways that I've never seen before.
Right.
Because it was an anomaly. It was like, damn, who the hell are these niggas that's looking like this?
Right.
And then it keeps going on. So then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. And as you rehearse these acts and you go around these people and they see you, then they will eventually, if Lord allow, come into your gates and do as you do. That's what I'm getting.
Perfect, right? You want to rehearse those righteous acts right here. You know what I mean? You are delivered from the archers. You're delivered from all the things that would usually, because in the world, kill you, right? You're delivered from that though. And you're drawing water. Where's the drawing water? The water is purifying you and cleansing you. That's where you're at now. You're in the school. You get what I'm saying? Now you're rehearsing those righteous acts there, right? And you have the chance to what?
Rehearse the righteous acts.
Yeah, you have the chance also to what? Or even raise your hand, sis. Change. Change is true. Yes, I.
Get delivered.
Get delivered is true. All those things are true. On topic though. Go ahead.
Like, be perfect.
Be perfect. Yes, I'll take it. Go ahead. What you gonna say, Oscar?
I was gonna say, bring brothers in the truth.
Yeah, be perfect is better, right? You have the chance to be in control. That's the whole topic, is being in control, right? This is your chance to be in control. You wasn't in control of anything in your life. Now there's a chance to be in control. You understand? No sweat. 2 more precepts I can Ephesians 26. Ephesians 4:26.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26.
Mm-hmm.
Be ye angry and sin not.
Hey, read again.
Be ye angry and sin not.
One more time.
Be ye angry and sin not.
Y'all understand, right?
Oh,
I had to do with the topic. Y'all with me, right?
Oh,
Be ye angry and sin not. It's okay to be angry.
Damn right.
It's okay to be angry, man. You can be angry with a lot of people. You can be angry with everybody, right? But don't sin, though. You feel me?
okay.
Now you're taking it. That's why I said and then sin not, because now you're taking the control out of your hands again. You feel what I mean? When you sin, you're taking the control out your hands. Now you're putting your hands in the hands of the Lord. You feel me?
Oh, God.
Before, like they talk about free will. Is there free will? Sure, there's free will. There's free will for a little bit. You get what I mean? Then there's judgment.
Silly.
Yeah. Then judgment rains down, and then there's no more free will. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Don't be like that. Allow yourself to be free of the oppression of the white man, but do the Lord's will. Hello. So I can. Y'all not hearing me though. This nail just woke me up right now. No, but allow yourself to be free though. Allow yourself to be free, but do His will. That's the thing. People say, "Is there free will?" Sure, you can do whatever you don't have to listen to anything I'll say in this classroom. Y'all understand, right? That will be your free will, and you can do whatever you want outside this classroom when you leave. That is up to you. The kingdom of heaven is for people who do the Lord's will, not their own. You understand? That's what it's for. If you do your own, what heaven are you going to? I don't know. But if you want to go to the heaven that the Lord is providing for you on this earth, then you have to do what He says. You understand? Read that precept again.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
Go ahead.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath. What's that mean? What's that mean, Quan?
That just means don't go to sleep angry. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't allow a matter to overwhelm you into the next day, the next day, the next day.
There you go. That's
Address it right then and there.
This is a good precept for when people who are in marriages.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Don't let the sun go down upon your wrath, man. It's good to fix your problems right now instead of go to sleep angry with each other. Go ahead,
That's a whole precept for your red pull on you too.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm
It is.
saying?
Well, I'm not the angry one. I'll pull that on her.
Well, yeah.
I'm not the one that's upset all the time. I gotta pull that on. I'm the one that get angry at. You know what I mean? But y'all understand, right? It's just like that, man. You can be angry, but don't sin. Don't sin when you're angry. That's not an excuse. You understand?
Right.
Being mad doesn't give you a license to do as you please.
Right.
That doesn't do it. A lot of people like to get angry and say, "Man, I don't give a damn. F this, F that. And I'm doing what I want." Then after they do what they want, like, Salakia, forgive me. God, oh damn, you didn't have to get forgiven if you didn't do that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people love to get angry so they can do that, though. That's the thing. They think I don't know. I know. I see it. Y'all know it too. You see it when people get angry to do what they want, and you be like, why'd you get angry in the first place? You could have just not got angry. You could have just been okay about it. You understand? Being angry doesn't give you a license to sin. The Lord doesn't see it that way either. You understand? Solid. Give me two more. It's like I know I said that. This is two more right here. Jeremiah 9:23.
Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Don't one more time from the top, are we sure?
So Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom.
Don't let the wise man glory in his wisdom, right? You think you wise? Don't glory in your wisdom. Don't glory in that wisdom that you think that you're wise, right? Go ahead.
Neither let the mighty man glory in his might.
Don't let the mighty man glory in his might. Go ahead.
Let not the rich man glory in his riches. Verse 24. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness, judgment, right, and righteousness in the earth.
That's what the Lord is. The Lord is perfect, man. The Lord is this. A lot of people like to glory that they're the craziest person. Yeah, you know, like anybody tell you, if anyone tell you how crazy they are, they're not really crazy.
Nope.
That's what I noticed. They say, crazy. I don't. Well, people. This is people that are crazy though. There is some crazy people out there. They will never tell you they're crazy. But then there's people who say they're crazy and they're not crazy. Now, every time I hear something like, you know how crazy, I'm crazy. I'm like, I hear you. That's why. You know what I mean? But then there's other people that's like, okay, now this guy right here, he's crazy. He is crazy, but he doesn't glory in his craziness. He doesn't know when to be crazy, right? There's other people who glory in their wisdom. Anyone who glories in their wisdom ain't really wise. You feel what I'm saying? If you're wise, you wouldn't glory in it.
Right.
Y'all understand, right? But the Bible says glory in this. Read that again.
God, sir. And for in these things, verse 24, but let him that glorieth glory in this.
He glory in this. Go ahead.
That he understandeth and knoweth me.
He understandeth and knoweth me. You got to know the Lord and understand the Lord and how he is and how he works and how great. Just think about how great and mighty the Most High is and how powerful he is and how he can end your life when he wants to. How he can hurt you when he wants to, but he doesn't. How much patience he has with you. How much mercy he has on you. You feel what I mean? Think about that. Think about the things you've done and how much mercy you receive. Just know that when you die, you definitely deserved it. You understand? If you died a cat who left the truth and died any type of death, just know that it's because you deserved it. The Lord ran out of patience with you. You understand? There's patience that the Lord will run out with, but damn, you must have sped up the process. You understand? Because the Lord said he's great, he's mighty, he's powerful. He's not a liar. You can't really understand it because a lot of people lie, but the Lord is perfect, just like Christ was, right? So he's saying all these things that he is and what he can be and what he can do, and he still allows you to breathe. Y'all with me? Any more?
God, sir. That I am the Lord which exercise loving kindness.
Loving what?
Kindness.
That's the Lord exercises, man. He exercises loving kindness. So what should you do? Right? You should exercise your loving kindness too. That's what you should do. You should exercise how kind you are to one another and how much you love one another because he exercises it for you. Right? Go ahead.
Judgment.
Say it again.
Judgment.
He exercises judgment too. There's a time everybody in this room been judged before. You know what I'm saying? We all been judged. We've all been judged, whether it went our way or the other. Been judged, right? Go ahead.
And righteousness.
And he exercises what?
Righteousness.
Exercise righteousness, man. Do what's right. Do what the Lord. What's righteousness is what the Lord wants, not what you think is right. You understand? Not what you think is nice to do. Being nice and being righteous are not the same. You understand, right? Being righteous is what the Lord wants you to do. What is righteous? Righteous is not getting high, right? That's righteous. Righteous is going to Texas and feeding people who persecute you. You understand? Righteous is doing the work of the Lord when no one sees it. Y'all with me? Righteous is being on the phone forever. Right, helping people, right? Helping people who want to serve God. Righteous is all these things that you should exercise. And if you're not exercising it, are you righteous? That's what you got to self-examine yourself with, right? Are you righteous if you're trying to do something instead of doing the Lord's work? Does that make you righteous, right? So exercise the righteousness, right? Keep going.
In the earth.
Mm-hmm.
For in these things I delight, saith the Lord.
In these things I delight. Any more?
That's it, sir.
Come on, give me Nahum 1 and 2.
This is Nahum chapter 1, verse 2. God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
Say it again from the top, Uncle Sean. Read it from 1.
This is Nahum chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of Nivea, the book of the vision of Nahum, the Escalite. God is jealous.
God is what?
God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries, and he reserveth wrath for his enemies.
He reserveth wrath for who?
His enemies.
You understand? That's what the Lord talks about. That's where his wrath is going to be laid to his enemies. So when you have wrath built up inside of you, take it to camp. You understand? You got anger that you need to release, take it to camp. Go to the gym. Punch a punching bag, right? If you got an anger you need to release it on that. I would build my anger up and take it to camp. Build it all right here in my chest and just explode at camp. If I go to the gym, I'm going to the gym, I'm going to go crazy, right? That's where you need to put your wrath into. The Lord said he's going to take everything in your life. All the problems that you have, all the debt that you think you need to serve, all the people you think you need to lay down, right? And the Lord said, I'm going to become an adversary to your adversary. Don't worry about that. You just go obey me, and all your problems will go away. You understand that, right? All right, with that, I'm going to pass the class to the police officer, Oscar Ward. Now, read the announcements for me, sir. Remember, you got to read the announcements after every class now, so we can all understand the rules. You understand? So there's no excuse of breaking the rules too.
This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, starting at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3 and 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. The Feast of Dedication.
No. It's the closing of the tabernacle.
Oh, so like the closing of the tabernacles, or the Feast of Tabernacles. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black: boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf.
And it's next Tuesday.
So the feast, the closing Feast of Tabernacles next Tuesday at sundown. At this location.
Everybody understand that, right?
Come on.
All right, call it.
The Israel, Amiju, means standing in the Hebrew. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amiju, Shabbat, Amiju, Barak, Men of Israel, Shar, face the Aquathian. Aquathian, you may stand. Aquathian means sisters in the ancient Hebrew. Face, that's why. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the Aquathian. Men of Israel, Amiju, Shabbat, Amiju, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar, Hashem Yahushua.
And y'all sisters gotta
Just tell them to repeat after you.
just repeat after me.
You can turn this way, sis, and then I know you know, sis, but let them repeat. All right.
They're gonna say Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamar,
Shamar,
Al,
Al,
Atham,
Adam,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shah.
Yahushua.
Daddy Matah, dismissed.
Hey, young man, like this now. You was like this.
Like, y'all,
You know, I was sweating.
you know.
A little rusty.
What the hell anymore?